shot is coming, boys. Big shot is coming. If the ball gets older, it will be tough to bet on boy.
It's pretty much even Stevens right at this moment after 6 overs.
Biggest score has marked
22 for 1, plays 22 for 1. Good positive intent shown in the last ball of the last over.
Yeah, it was a full leer from Alec Anthony, a 6, an exclamation from Casey Carty. A wonderful time of the ball.
Yeah, boy.
Now they're getting enterprising, but this reverse at this point in time, despite the fact there hasn't been more turn today, noticeably, than the first ODI. I think we'll try and compare the degree of turn between the first ODI and the first innings here today. Gives the ball some air past the bowler, who's racing away, and the ball's reaching the boundary now. Another very good-looking shot gets him a Nexus Mayfall.
A good positive intent from Alec Anthony's, and when you have that sort of mindset, when you get these loose deliveries and low full toss, you're able to put it away. So you don't want to get yourself into a negative defensive mindset, and at the same time you don't want to be ultra aggressive. So managing that balance, that equilibrium between run scoring and value in your wicket, so important.
And he forces the bowler to just lose his length a little bit, maybe a little awkward in executing that shot. 2 more deliveries left. Goes back using the depth of the crease well. Yeah, just see the degree of turn. 4.5 in the first ODI, 3.5 in this one, 1 degree less. But it's maybe pace off the wicket that has troubled the batters more than the turn.
Yes, that's it.
4 runs in that 7th over. It's 26 for 1.
Summary so far, Bangladesh won the toss, batting first, 213 for 7 in order 50 overs. In reply, West Indies a steady start, 26 for 1 after 7. 7 overs of spin, Nasum and Miraj opening the bowling. And looks like for the very first time in this ODI, we could have some seam bowling. Mustafizur Rahman into the attack. 50 overs of spin by West Indies, 7 overs to start with by Bangladesh. It's refreshing to see a seamer being called into the attack. Also, he probably bowled plenty of cutters as well in this sort of a surface. Satan Ali Khan, West Indies have been quite steady. Scully in place for Casey Carty, who loves to guide through the gully area for singles toward third man. That's been protected. 2 fields outside the circle at third man and square leg. Straight away on the money, Fizz. Evening to you, Atan. Good evening, Maha. Good evening, all. Your first signs of seam in this match. And it is Mustafizur Rahman. Both the batters have played some good shots here. Partnership of 25. They've lost an early wicket. But keep an eye on him, Casey Carty. He's got a really good track record in ODIs. Looks a solid play, isn't he? Solid in defense whenever he strikes the ball. Very elegant, sweet sound of the bat. A lot to like about Casey Carty. Most importantly, if he gets a start, it's important one of the top order batters of the West Indies keeps batting and be the anchor. Probably left cramped in his fingers, not too sure. realized straight away after the first delivery, going around the wicket, cutting down the angle, cutting down any width outside the yaw stump. Hold again, back up the length, and right on the money with 131.6 the last delivery. Yeah, Casey Cartier, 28 years of age, from St. Martin, and he's got a wonderful record this year. The batting at number 3 was a wonderful average. After the end of the World Cup in 2023, he's shown some really good form with the bat. He's one of the 3 players who've averaged more than 50, batting at number 3. After Kane Williamson from New Zealand and Virat Kohli from India. That'll be the challenge for him, whether he can produce a knock which will take West Indies home. We lost the first one, so they need to win tonight to stay alive in the series. Series on the line for West Indies. Making sure the lengths are being tested by Mustafiz Shaw on that occasion. Let go by Athanase. Just on Casey Cartier, even I'm very impressed with his technical ability. Playing his 42nd ODI, a 28-year-old. As they say, batters do get matured when they pass 28, 30. That's the prime age. I feel if Casey Cartier has been given the opportunity at number 3 for a longer period, certainly a player to watch out for. Just like Shea Hope, a very good technique. Slow ball by Fish to end the 8th over, 27 for 1.
अपने ना खाली बासी मुंह भाई इसका नहीं खाली तो इधर आपने देख लो देख के सच बात हो रहा है जैसे रेगुलर तो रिव्यू बोल रहे हैं मेरे दिखे तब एक साथ रे
A strong batting line to follow. Hope, August, Rutherford, Chase, Graves, Moti, they all can bat. The need at the moment is a solid base being laid by these 2 batters. At the moment is Nasu Mahmud into the side straight with the new ball. He's been quite accurate. Dismissed Brandon King. LBW ever since then. He's been on the mark. That's a wonderful shot. With the turn, extra cover. And goes to the boundary. Valiant attempt by Ridoy, but just not good enough. It's a nexus pay for, and what a wonderful display of batting here from the ever elegant Casey Cartier. Beautiful shot, gets inside out, not an easy shot to play. Then he flays it over the fielder on the top of the covers on a really good looking boundary. A touch of mileage in that shot, beg your pardon. Lovely high elbow. Playing with the turn. Lot to like about Casey Cartier when he's in full swing. The next straight delivery, slightly shorter, knocks back and easy single. Good batting. A boundary followed by a single, keeping the bowler guessing as well with the right hand, left hand combination in the middle. No bowler in international cricket just loves to bowl to right hand, left hand combination. They just want to get into a nice rhythm. They can have 2 right-handers. So good batting. Comes on the track, slowing it down, Nasu Mahmud. Slight change in the field. There were 4 fielders apart from the slip in the offside.
in the extra cover, moved cross to short for the leg. So 5 fielders in the leg side to the left hander.
এই নাও
Wicket to wicket,
কোনটা
nice
লাগা
and
আমি
flat.
বানাই আরে বাবা তুই জানলে বানাস নাকি
Now, this is good batting from both the batters
বানাই
here.
যার জন্য
Realizing the fact that the spinners will have a bigger say on the surface, so the shot selection so far has been spot on.
And also with the new ball, the ball tends to be skidding on a little bit. Once the ball loses the hardness, the shine, it will be a different story. 32 for 1.
হ্যাঁ এটা তাহলে বুঝতে হবে না এই দেখো সাফ সাফ এখন করে দেবো
The big names here, and he's done really well. It's his debut. Different challenge on the surface for KC Karthik. He's been very good, but not an easy pitch to bat on. You need to apply yourself in a different way. Important for him to get a good measure of the pitch. You've seen the ball to turn and bounce, and they also have someone like SOHEL Rana in the attack.
Nicely bowled. Slow ball into the pitch, one of the hardest. Keeping things quiet, Fizz understands that nothing much for the faster bowlers. Chris Gaffney, not a happy man. Straight away, just making sure that he has a word to Fizz and asking the left arm kid to get away from the danger area. That's in line of the stumps. Probably will not give the first warning, just a gentle chat. If Fizz does it again, won't be surprised the first warning is given. And Chris Gaffney has been really, really busy. And this sort of a surface where the topsoil is quite loose, you want to stay away from the danger area. From the second step, right in the middle. Fizz knows about it, stay away. Out of the way, says Chris Gaffney. After the chat is gone over the wicket, slight misfield, resulting in a single.
Yeah, we speak about KC Karthik's batting exploits, but in the last 5 innings, he hasn't been able to convert those starts to a big one. Scores of 29, 30, 16, 17 and 9 in the last 5 matches. Out of the 3 were against Pakistan, 2 were against 1 against England. Yeah, the last one was against Bangladesh, but he did manage to pick up 100, which was against England in Cardiff in June this year. It's about the starts, but when you do get a start, you got to get into that mode that yes, you're good enough to cash in and capitalize and score a big one for your team.
It's a surface where it's very hard to get yourself in. Spend some time in the middle and also some luck, which you need to have as a batter. You're willing to work hard, be patient. There are runs to be made, and there are odd times, like Rishad was saying, come out there, straight away, bang, bang, 3 sixes, 3 boundaries. You'll get those kind of innings. Most of the time, it should be the other way around. Top edge, in no man's land. Just a single. Another good bouncer by Fizz.
He was not in control, and luckily that it has gone the no man's land. Again, the cutter, it's slower. There's no real good connection, but it goes in his favor. Drop quite short from the fielder.
Keeping the batsman honest with the odd bouncer, Fizz. Sometimes as batters, when you see a slow pitch, you'll like to be on the front foot. But Fizz is a thinking bowler. Slow ball bouncer. To two singles from that over and ends the power play as well. 34 for 1.
তাড়াতাড়ি ভাই, তাড়াতাড়ি তাড়াতাড়ি। এই,
Almost neck to neck after 10 overs. 180 needed of 40 overs for West Indies. Another bowling change for Bangladesh. Left arm spinner replaced by another left arm spinner. Tanvir Islam into the attack. Was exceptional in the last game. Short and has protection at sweeper cover. Tanvir bowled his 10 overs of 46 for 1. Yes, he got some tap, but overall I thought he bowled really well with the good control.
Yeah, when you see a surface which offers so much to the spinners, then you really don't want to see your spinners go for that many runs. Yeah, he did manage to pick up a wicket, but you'd expect to bowl better second time around, knowing the conditions, how it favors the spinners.
Probably having Nasir Mohammed as a competitor to the same side as a deserved direct hit. Direct hit most of the time are pretty close. And Chris Gavani probably, yeah, he's going upstairs. And it's a Dutch Bangla Bank Tation pending.
TV umpire to directors. We have an umpire review for run out. Can you give me the best side on angle, please? Here it is, sir. That's ground that he is running. Thank you. I'm ready with my decision for the big street.
Third. Confirmation, Nexus Pay not out. Good understanding between the two batters. Athanase and Kesikari straight away realizing there was a single to be taken. Probably with Tanvir Islam having competition in the 11 with Nasir Mohammad's inclusion, probably will get the best out of him, Athar. It's always good to have little competition in the side. Want to do much better. Nasir Mohammed, a spearhead in the T20 side, been brought into the squad and straight away into the 11 of this game. Shot, but got protection. And I think Tanvir Islam in his young career so far has been very impressive.
The one thing that West Indian batters will need to realize that the degree of turn is less this evening compared to what we saw in the first one-day international. This is turning out to be also a good partnership. They played some sensible cricket. They're very calm at the crease, absorbing the pressure. There don't seem to be any sort of hurry. And you don't need to. You just need to wait for the right delivery. As long as you can bat through, again, this partnership will just settle the nerves in the dugout. Bangladesh will be looking to pick up wickets, but if they don't, then the West Indies will have a comfort zone. After 11, 37 for 1.
बारिश की और बाप
मोबाइल की चलाता
37 for 1 after 11. West Indies need 177 in 39 overs as the pace continues. Bouncer. And nicely negotiated by Athanase, making sure he played along the ground for a single. And they have a good understanding, and that's exactly what you need in the middle, knowing the difficult conditions. But if you're up for it, you can still score runs. Both have been patient enough to look for the right delivery to put it away. Already 3 fours and a 6 in this innings of 38. Batting out of the crease, probably batting off stump. Shot. Picked up the slow ball early. And you think it's the right time to introduce Rishad Hossain into the attack straight away, or probably one more over from this? Yeah, if you look at the figures of Mustafizur Rahman, he's only in his 3rd over. Again, coming from the middle part of the bat. But he hasn't given too many. Just 4 runs in his spell so far. Maybe a couple of more overs. We'll have to wait and see what Vedas and Miraj is thinking. I think I'm with Medias and Miraj as well. Probably the ball is still skidding onto the bat, not turning as much as we expected. Get the ball a little old and get your right arm leg spinner who had a field day in the last game. 9 overs, 35 for 6 wickets. Runs with the bat as well in the first game. 39 not out in 14 deliveries. So certainly his confidence will be high. But how Medias and Miraj uses Rishad Hossain will probably determine the end result. He is letting his know as we speak. I think the little signal towards getting warm up is Rishad Hossain, who is at mid-wicket at the moment. Slow ball again. Yeah, he will have to deal with the right and left hand combination. Probably one of the reasons why they'll be thinking whether this is the right time for him to come into the attack. But with the kind of form that you've already seen him, won't be surprised as he's loosening up. Certainly the crowd is gathering to watch this all-important second ODI. Will be wanting the young man with the ball. Required rate at 4.57, well within control. Bouncer, maybe too high. Yeah, straight away, Chris Kapani gets a nod from Tanvir Ahmed and called wide on height. And 1 bounce for the over signal as well. Yeah, you don't mind him trying to bowl a few short pitch deliveries, but you don't want to see him do it on a consistent basis. Yeah, too high. So it is a wide. Also the fact that his skipper, Medias and Miraj, might be asking him to try to bowl a few pace of the ball deliveries. I think you've got to give it to Mustafiz for putting an effort on a slow pitch and to get the ball that high. That's an effort. Yes, it was a wide delivery, is way too high. But you got to give it to Fizz for trying out on a pitch which does not encourage fast bowlers to win the back. Certainly over the years has been the workhorse for Bangladesh in white ball cricket especially. And good to see him still giving his 110%, knowing that probably this spell can only last for 3 or maximum 4 overs. Awkward bounce, but safely negotiated for a single by Athanase. Ends the 12th over. 41 for 1. It's been tough going in the last 6 overs for West Indies. 19 runs, most importantly, no wickets fallen. The run rate of almost 3.5. All those singles, be with bat with patience, those are the little words and the key words for West Indies. Remember, they are 1-0 down in the series and got to win to square the series 1-1. The crowd's certainly smiling with the score of 200 odd being scored. And certainly, they are with a smile, Athar Ali Khan, just like yours.
They've handled the spinners quite nicely here, this pair. AC Karti and Alec Athanas, both into the 20s now. Partnership now 41. And this can settle things around and also will put a bit of a pressure on Medis and Miraj to make a few changes in the bowling department. No signs of Rishad Hussain yet. 4 bowlers used so far. Still going on with a slip in place, which is absolutely fine.
Bowled. I think more time these two players, that's in the middle, doesn't lose their wicket, more nerves will be on Bangladesh side as well. Settled batsman can make the damage. This is a surface, one will become two. Most often we saw wickets falling in a heap. It's all about making sure you build the dot deliveries, not give nothing away when it comes to loose deliveries. If the batter has to go score a boundary, make sure it goes out of a good delivery, taking a risk. Bowling there or thereabout is going to be important for all the spinners.
Yeah, in that chase of 207, West Indies were cruising along at 79 for 1. Then all of a sudden they start losing wickets one after another. That was the problem. It was a collapse. So far, so good for them.
Ball again. Yeah, extra effort being put in. But the West Indian batters not taking much risk, playing the ball on its merit, keeping wickets intact. But the real test will come in the high riding leg spinner comes into the attack, possibly next over. I love to bowl from the media box here where most of the damage was done in the previous game. Time since last ball at 26 deliveries, that's another indication that Bangladesh definitely keeping things in check. River sweep and nicely placed as well, and no chance for the short third man fielder. That's a nexus play boundary to end the over, and also brings up the 50. I beg your pardon, one more delivery. Beg your pardon, 47 for 1.
It's such a good-looking shot, and we speak about the value of shot selection. Have a look at this shot. It picks up the right length and the line to play the reverse. It's a very good shot to pick up a boundary.
Oh, turn, big turn. Missing the leg stump for sure. 6 runs from that over, 13 done, 47 for 1. Yes, here he comes our boy. Chasing 214, West Indies 47 for 1 after 13. And here comes the leg spinner, fresh from 6 wickets. In the last game, Rishad Hussain into the attack. Starts off with a good delivery, nice and full, and on the money.
And nicely played too from KC Kati. Never easy because the ball will turn away from the right-hander. Has already picked up 16 wickets.
এমনিতে পারবে না কয় মিনিটে 8 মিনিট হলো গেছে কি রে তুইও কি বলছিস
That figures of 6 for 35 came in the last match. Straight away, and a bit of a discussion with Rishad Hussain, the skipper, because there is left hand, right hand in the middle. So once they pick up a single, you need to set the field. According to the batter on strike.
We spoke about Rishad Hussain reluctant to both. The googly, especially in the last game, out of the 9 overs he bowled, he just bowled one googly. And this missed. Jaden Seals is a good. Shot. Very, very good shot. Powerful in the gap. And Ali Katanays greets Rishad Hussain to the crease with a lovely hit. And also brings up the 50 for West Indies.
Yeah, again a controlled, conventional sweep. And then also picking up the gap. That is a lovely shot. Didn't bother to run. Why would you want to run? Was in the gap. And it races over to Nexus Pay 4. Yeah, 50 partnership with that boundary, 51 of 78. It's turning out to be a very good one for West Indies.
Almost equal contribution by both the batters, Katanays and Kati. Change the field, one fielder from the off side, move to the next side. Much better. Was that close? It is close. Chris Gaffney gives it on field just like the first innings. And Ali Katanays, he's going upstairs and it's a Dutch Bangla Bank decision pending.
TV umpire to director. We have a player review for LBW. Original decision is out. I've checked the feet. It's a fair delivery. Front on, please. Appears to be missing the bat. Can you confirm that with Aldridge, please? Here it is. Through the hole. Aldridge coming on. Clear gap between bat, glove and the ball. Satisfied, no bat involved. Ball tracking, please. Ball tracking coming. Pitching in line, impact in line, wicket sitting, original decision out. Chris, stay with your decision of out. You are on
For the second time in the series, Ali Katanays is LBW to Rishad Hussain, and that's a rocket out. Missing the straight one when you're playing the sweep shot for a bowler, bowls wicket to wicket most of the time. You're taking a massive risk. And Athanaze has to walk back after scoring 28. 52 for 2 West Indies. Bangladesh was waiting for a breakthrough, and Rishad Hussain, the man who has been in superb form, provides with the big wicket of Ali Athanaze, who accounted for the same batter in the previous game on his first over. That was a straight delivery on this occasion. Straight up, trying to play the sweep shot to a conventional leg spinner, plumb in front.
Yeah, what a start for Rishad. It's not a great shot. We were just speaking about how well they have handled themselves so far. It was a little bit further down, not close enough for the batter to try to play that sweep shot. And would you believe it? It's the second time the West Indian batter have taken the review, and on both occasions they got it wrong. So they don't have any reviews left so early in the innings. Brilliant from Rishad Hussain.
Both the openers have burned the reviews. Akeem August at number 4, another left-hander for West Indies. Too much turn. Straight away, Nur Hassan Sohan just letting the captain know I was going down the leg side.
Yes, straight away making an impression with the ball, Rishad Hussain. It was a good comeback. You remember he was hit for a boundary, and then straight away comes back and picks up a wicket. Slip and a leg slip in place.
Comes on the track. And rightly so, maybe as a mirage, attacking the new batter. Excellent fielding, saved a certain single there. A short mid wicket. I like the fact that there is a leg slip for Rishad. The ball turning square and bouncing as well. The new batter, especially sometimes, if you have hard hands, trying to search for the ball, trying to reach the ball, there's a good chance that this leg slip fielder will come into play. Nice play. Akeem off the mark with a single and ends the 14th over, which is a successful 53 for 2.
Hey, Ustad! Gaida bar koren. Baja jabo.
Wicket of Athanaze, courtesy of the man in form for Bangladesh, Rishad Hussain, the next spinner.
Hey, Ustad!
Need to continue. Even in the first ODI, West Indies were 51 without loss at one stage until Rishad Hussain was introduced. Need to continue.
Debut for the West Indies, only the 4th St. Lucia to play for the West Indies in international cricket, following his coach Darren Sammy, Johnson Charles, Gary Mathurin, the others to play before him. Received his cap earlier today from the head coach. No doubt memorable moment indelibly etched in his mind. He'll want to contribute now with the bat. Mentioned the impact of his dad and his parents and all of his family members. A former West Indies under-19 captain, and he gets his first boundary in international cricket. Wonderful start for the young man.
That's Nexus Bay boundary for August. That will give him a lot of confidence. Was on the shorter side, but the placement was excellent on that occasion. That will give him a lot of confidence. Yeah, it's a great feeling to get that cap from someone like Darren Sammy. Can you remember yours, Samuel?
Yeah, mine was way back in 2012, but he got his T20 cap a few weeks ago in a series against Nepal in the UAE, so he's played international cricket before, so it's the first time in this format. No doubt he wants to make a name for himself in international cricket, and a good little start in that T20 series against Nepal. Now he wants to make a name for himself in this format.
Nicely played. Calculated risk taken. He knew the fielder at mid-on was inside the circle. Nicely executed. Makes the coach happy.
And this is just a glimpse into what this man is capable of. We've heard of his stats, his productivity at number 3, his volume of runs since the 2023 World Cup for the West Indies. A lot of responsibility on his shoulders. Has to do a lot of good things for a long period of time. 15 overs gone, 62 for 2.
Bangladesh will look up to Rishad Hussain once again today. Been exceptional in the first match, already picked up a wicket. Augusti is someone who's like to challenge Rishad. It's going back to Anthony's dismissal, Samuel. Even in the first match, he's trying to guide that on the onside. He was skidded through. Today, he's trying to play that sweep. He was late to react at one point, I really felt.
They're falling twice to this man. Very good control. And you're right. And they will turn to him again for some sort of heroics. And that's a gift. It doesn't make full use of it. But one of the reasons why Athanaze and Aki Mogis is in this team is because of the ability to play the spinners, the ability to sweep. We've seen Ogis play a couple of sweeps already, and they also want to maintain that left-hand, right-hand combination out in the middle. Shigop has demoted himself, usually comes in at 4.
That one a lot slower from Rishad. Yeah, they're opting that sweep shot pretty often, especially Ogis.
And he has to be careful as to when he utilizes the shot, has to be calculated in his approach. He just can't play that shot for every single delivery.
That should be given as wide. Yeah, just going back to Rishad, it's all about confidence from a leg spinner's point of view. We have seen picking up 6 wickets in the first match, and now you can see his body language. He's a lot confident. Likely on the shorter side.
He should have a lot of confidence, but he seemed low, very reluctant to bowl the googly. Mentioned that he's been working on it quite a lot. We heard before that he's bowled only one googly in the entirety of his 9-over spell, and that with a very last delivery to get the wicket of Jade and Seals. I just feel that in these conditions he can utilize that delivery a lot more.
Nicely driven.
Yeah, that delivery The last one is a similar type delivery that he used to get rid of Casey Carty in the first ODI. One that was a little bit outside off stuff and one that he had to reach for. Got him caught in slip.
That swift shot from August. Polite inquiry. A dot ball to finish the over. 16 gone, West Indies, 67 for 2. Bowlers used so far. Skipper made us a mirage. West Indies are 67 for 2 after 16. They're inches of 214. And as we mentioned earlier, they got a good start. Kept a bit low. But this is a very crucial phase, Samuel. Even in the first match, they lost all their 10 wickets in the second power play. Side. Not enough pace behind that one. It'll be interesting to see what the umpire signals here. Giving us leg buys.
Yeah, right. It's during this phase of the game where they lost all of their wickets, or the remaining wickets rather. And I mentioned before that their temperament and their technique will be tested during this innings. He's shown the proclivity and the appetite for a lot of runs and to bat deep. In this cycle, Casey Carty, that's why he has the most runs for the West Indies since the 2023 World Cup. So he's a crucial cog in this batting effort, particularly in this chase. He's got off to a good start, 29 from 44. What he needs to do is to make sure that he bats all of the overs, gets his team over the line. And if the other batters can bat around him, it will give the West Indies a very good chance. They also have a long batting lineup tonight. They've strengthened the batting department by bringing in Akim Ogist. Still have the likes of Shea Hope, Shirf and Rutherford. These guys have wonderful one-day international records, and even the bowlers can bat, the likes of Moti Akil Hussain. So they've got depth tonight, and they'll fancy their chances given the situation that they're in, but they'll also be cognizant of what happened in game 1 and that spectacular collapse.
Yeah, it's a great learning curve for both the batters, for the West Indies in the middle. Slightly on the shorter side, not the best of timing. But yeah, you need that character in the middle when you're playing in such surfaces. Demands a lot of skill and trust as well. Say when the pitch bites back, class isn't timing, it's trust. Nicely bowled. End of over number 17, West Indies 71 for 2. Rishad to continue. Example, I just had a chat with Mushtaq Ahmed just before this game, where he worked with Rishad over the last couple of months. And the one point that he mentioned was about his run-up. That kept a bit low as well. Just have a close eye on Rishad's run-up. Previously, he used to run straight. But nowadays, he comes sideways. It gives him a bit of rhythm as a leg spinner. And since he's an open chest bowler, it's important for him head doesn't fall. That is one area he's been working with Mushtaq recently. You mentioned about his googly. It's something he's just developed. So he's not fully confident as a bowler to bowl those googlies pretty often, but he's working on it. There's also another aspect that normally coaches ask you to bowl those googlies wide of the crease, but in modern day cricket, you need to have that ability to outfox the batters, bowling closer to the stump. So yeah, the release point is very important from Rishad's point of view when it comes to googly. But have a look at that run-up. It's quite smooth. Just keep your eyes on his head position. Previously, it tends to fall a lot. But now, he's keeping his eyes towards the batter. What a ball. Outstanding.
What a delivery. The drift in, the bounce, the turn. Remember, he got Casey Carty caught in slip in game 1. It's a similar type delivery. Never so often he produces those magical deliveries. Yeah, he's working with one of the best, with Mushtaq Ahmed in that dugout. An excellent proponent of leg spin bowling. That was struck firmly, well fielded, certainly saving his team some runs. 72 for 2. It's a water break as well.
check this one, dikkat sir. হ্যাঁ কত 52 38 45
Of 214, West Indies are 72 for 2 after 18. They need another 142 runs to win of 32 overs. Casey Carty and August are in the middle, making sure West Indies stay alive in this series. All right. right, let's have a look at another beautiful place here in Bangladesh. It's Saklab Hill in Ozipur near Borishal. A marshland with a sea of floating water lilies, almost a carpet of pink. What a beautiful sight. You should visit there, Samuel.
Yeah, during the break, the experience of Mushtaq Ahmed coming to the fore, having a chat with the spinners. Quite curiously, the wrist spinner isn't there. He's speaking to the two left-hand orthodox, but information being shared, knowledge, wisdom, experience. He's such a wonderful player in his time, and now he's passing on his knowledge to the next generation of Bangladeshi spinners. 72 for 2. West Indies still need 142 runs. They have 8 wickets in hand and 2 batters who are getting themselves set. Kati very well set, and Ogis has looked good in his debut innings to date.
Oh yes, Tanya.
I mentioned that he was the West Indies under 19 captain back in 2022. He hails from Castries in St. Lucia. And no doubt his family members will be looking on. And this one, still early morning back in the West Indies. Will be tuned on, hoping for a West Indian win.
Undoubtedly, it's a great platform for someone like Ogis, making an impact. Never is in these sort of conditions as a batter. You have to trust your skills. Huge turn again. One important part that Mushtaq did mention today was the way you're able to read the batter's foot movement and how quick they are. If the batter is quick with their hand, bowl slow. Nicely battled. Looking for the second. He wants that. No, rightly sent back. Yeah, when the batter is quick with his hands and feet, you have to slow it down. And when he's quick to react, you need to bowl those slower pretty often.
Really pleasing to see the way that the West Indians have handled the spinners so far. Strategic moves and interventions from the West Indies camp in getting Akeem Ogis in and Akil Hussain. So they've assessed the conditions and they've made some adjustments. And they're putting themselves in a good position, 74 for 2.
Going at a very similar pace, West Indies, but the best part is they have just lost 2 wickets. And at the moment, these two batters are making sure West Indies build up a partnership. 22 of 35 now. Skipper Shea Hope, all set. That was just over the bowler's head. Yeah, and huge turn, almost undone Kati.
I wonder if there was a little bit of premeditation from him, looking to maybe go for the sweep and then seeing the length. But fortunately for him, just out of the reach of the very tall Richard. And a couple of the other commentators mentioned that you need a bit of luck on a surface like this. Is tonight the night for Kati?
Yeah, Again on the shorter side, lucky to get away on that occasion, Rishad. Another aspect of a leg spinner is that flipper. We used to see Shane Warne bowls a lot. Perhaps maybe Rishad tried to do that one in that delivery. Samuel?
Swim coming, swim coming. Shabash, ठीक है sir.
Maybe we look at the speeds that he's bowled in this over so far. He's been in that 85 to 88 region. I think he did a wonderful job with that. Just the speeds in this over. He's done a good job in the first game with the right speeds, so that he could maximize the spin from the surface. Another pleasant looking shot from Casey Carty. This partnership now with 26 and going along quite nicely.
That was nicely played. He was in total control on that occasion, Carty. Nicely bowled to finish the over. 4 coming from it. After 20, West Indies 78 for 2.
সামনে আগাইতে পারে প্রথম বলে মাথায় রাখিস সামনে আগাইতে পারে প্রথম বলে জায়গায় কর
Well, West Indies are in a much better position compared to Bangladesh after 20 overs. They're 78 for 2. Bangladesh just lost one more wicket in this position, 74 for 3. Tanveer Islam to continue into his 4th over. But the way the two batters dealt the spinners today is surely commendable.
এটা শিওর কাম বয়েজ
Goes for that slog. It's a safe shot to play against someone like Tanveer, the left-arm spinner.
Well, once you're proficient at it, if you've practiced it a lot, if you've honed that craft and that skill, then yeah, by all means. And he is someone who is quite proficient at it. That's the reason why he's been brought into this playing 11. But they'll be desperate for a breakthrough here. Who's going to provide it for them? Required run rate just about 4.5 runs and over. So no issues there from that standpoint for the West Indies. They'll know that if they can bat out these overs, in all likelihood they'll chase these runs down. So Bangladesh need to bowl the West Indians out. A little bit of a delay. Fourth umpire coming onto the pitch, maybe with a replacement bail. The LED bail not functioning properly. So an opportunity here for a little discussion between the captain and bowler, maybe to reassess plans and to reset where they are at. But so far, so good from the West Indies.
Skipper Mediasan Miraj having a chat with Tanveer. Tanveer recently worked with Humayun Kabir Shahin, the former leg spinner, and the spin bowling coach of the Bangladesh women's team, who's currently in India for the World Cup. But he mentioned that he worked with his release point. At times he tended to pause while releasing those balls and varied those pace as well. He's a prolific performer in the domestic circuit and also the leading wicket taker for Bangladesh this year, Tanveer. But at the moment, Bangladesh needs to break this partnership. Nice
nicely played again, keeping the eyes on the ball.
তানভীর তোর ভালো জায়গায়
Yeah, what I like about the two West Indian batters in the middle is that they are confident. Spin is less about what the ball does and more about what you think it will do. And that sweep comes in, nicely fielded.
তানভীর তানভীর দেখ এদিকে ও হাফ পিজে রয়েছে মা বুঝছ তো ও হাফ পিজে ছিল বলে মারতে করছি বিশাল বিউটিফুল ভাইয়া তানভীর নোরা তানভীর শাবাশ ভাইয়া
Good work from his own bowling. Tanveer. Bowling those dots will be key for Bangladesh. 36 balls since the last boundary.
Yeah, that's a good point. If they can string together a few dot deliveries, a few maiden overs, perhaps they're going to put some pressure on the West Indians, especially Hakim Ogis, who is on debut. He might just do something silly. Needs to be calm. A little discussion from Casey Karthi, who's been around for a longer period of time, might be key.
বিশাল বিশাল শাবাশ তানভীর খুব ভালো এটা
3 coming from that over. After 21, West Indies 81 for 2.